What is up, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. And before I get started, I would like to send thank yous to all new subscribers who have come on. Thank you so much for joining. And I would like to send my deepest condolences to the family of, I believe his name was Jerry Jarrett. My thoughts and prayers are with his family as he recently passed away, as well as sending my thoughts and prayers to anyone affected by the incident that took place in one of those schools in Detroit. My thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Let's get started without further ado with my review of Friday Night Smackdown. Try not to be too long on this one. So we opened up the show tonight with Shayna and Ronda Rousey facing off against Shotzi Blackheart and one of the most underrated female wrestling legends, Natalia, in my personal opinion. Let me just say that apron DDT that Shotzi gave Ronda was rough. You can see Ronda hurt her head on that. Nonetheless, Rousey and Shayna win the match and they were chanting USA because they were in Canada. That was cool. Excuse me. Okay, in the next moment, we have Hit Row, the less famous Acclaimed, coming out and trying to make a diss track for Montreal, and they were interrupted by Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt, who gets a standing ovation and some thank yous. And the Wyatt and Bray says, "You're welcome, folks." And then makes things interesting by telling the world that whether it's Brock or Lashley, we got ourselves some build up for another match at WrestleMania. So I'm very interested in that. The tag team match between the Raiders and Drew with Sheamus was very awesome. One of the interesting parts of tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Great epic tag match. It was almost like watching an NXT takeover event with the Raiders. They performed like they were at a takeover back in the NXT Black and Gold days. That was awesome. And then we had Asuka versus Liv Morgan. That match is like MJF getting the spotlight stolen from him. Even though I can't stand the guy, scriptingly speaking, it's interesting when MJF talked about having the spotlight stolen from him in so many different reasons. This match reminded me of that because you have Asuka and Liv Morgan facing off, and the spotlight is on everyone outside of the ring, from Carmella calling out Wade Barrett for being a simp, which was funny, to Nikki Cross hugging and kissing Barrett and Michael Cole, to Raquel, or as Carmella called her, Rappel, which I don't, that was a little funny, but not much. But she comes out and everyone's standing on the outside and the spotlight's on all of them. The only thing I can ask is, would Corey and Carmella make a good broadcast team? In either event, it was a not bad match between Asuka and Liv Morgan, in which Asuka would win by submission, but then everybody ended up fighting, and then Liv would come in and go for a code breaker to Raquel and laugh despite tapping out to Asuka. They stand face to face. Honestly, my money is on Asuka to win tomorrow. Then we had Walter versus Madcap Moss in a not bad match. Walter got a standing ovation from Montreal because I guess when you're anyone who is apparently not American gets a lot of love from Canada and Europe. So if you're from any of those places, you can go to the other side and get a standing ovation because Bret Hart got lots of love from Europe as he would from Canada. So Walter, aka Gunter, got a got some love from the crowd in Montreal when he won the match, defeating Madcap Moss in a match that really wasn't that bad in my personal opinion. Also, we have, after seeing the build up to what led to what's going to happen tomorrow, we had Sami Zayn come out to an amazing ovation that was almost attitude like. But the place went nuts. And people say that today's fans aren't as wild as they used to be, aren't as exciting as they used to be. Montreal went crazy for Sami Zayn. But for those of you who watched it on television, there was a couple of things that I found very annoying. And one of the things that I found very annoying was the censorship. We heard it with Bray Wyatt. Obviously, the fans were chanting "Holy Smackdown." And of course, I don't know what they were chanting, but they bleeped that out and the screen went black. Don't know what that was all about, but in any event, Sami Zayn got a crazy, wild ovation tonight and had a few things to say, and that is that tomorrow is going to be the most important event. While WrestleMania is the biggest stage, tomorrow is the big stage for Sami Zayn. The question is, will Sami Zayn go down? This is my honest prediction. Please don't cuss me out for this, but this is my honest prediction. Tomorrow, I believe that as it was with Roman and Drew McIntyre and Cardiff Wells, I think, and probably in a crooked form because that's what heels do to annoy everyone, but in a crooked form, I think Roman would win this match. And what I think is going to happen is Jay Uso is going to come out. I think Jay's going to come in and he's going to get involved in the match, but he's going to shock the crowd with him going for Roman Reigns and helping Roman to retain the championship. This will ultimately lead to the Usos versus Sami and Kevin Owens at this year's WrestleMania. That is my prediction. Who will win at WrestleMania? I don't know, but I predict that somewhere this is going to be a build up to Sami and Kevin versus the Usos at WrestleMania, which I think will be an awesome tag match to watch. Also, before I go, I would like to say if you haven't seen it already, be sure to check out some of the things I posted in my community post because I recently posted something that's going to give you guys a good laugh. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments about what you think is going on with SmackDown tonight, how you feel about it, and let me know your thoughts on what you think will happen tomorrow. That's my prediction for now and all the time I have for today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. Peace out, folks.